Good morning, America and Trump supporters. I definitely had to make a video because there's something sitting on the tip of my tongue. Uh, obviously it's been a week since the latest ICE killing in Minneapolis, where another ICE agent killed a U.S. citizen while doing mass deportations for illegal aliens. So we all know that Trump supporters are hypocrites, like majorly, and they'll switch and pivot according to whatever makes him look good and causes them to criticize him the least. So this recent one might be my favorite hypocrisy of the political right of all time. For decades, before the internet, right-wingers, Republicans only had one answer when the question was about the Second Amendment. They only had one thing to say. One phrase came out of their mouth whenever any discussion was brought up about guns. And that was, shall not be infringed. Right? Every time. We all know it. But we've never had an actual rational discussion with a pro-Second Amendment person, or an allegedly pro-Second Amendment person, because they would always just say that, no matter what, right? So for the longest time, we were just like, okay, fine, they love their guns. There's the fucking cold dead hands and all that stuff. Fast forward to whatever year the Vegas shooting was, Trump's last term. Stephen Paddock, a sad, lonely white man, went into a casino on the 60th floor and shot a bunch of people during a country concert. Weirdly, through another country bar. So I used to work at a country bar in San Diego called In Cahoots, and through that country bar, I met Ashley Babbitt and Taylor Winston, the Marine who saved all those people at the Vegas shooting. So weird, right? It's closed now. Bad place. Ashley Babbitt came in all the time and cheated on her husband. She deserves to be where she is. So after the Vegas shooting, because Trump supporters have short memories, I'm going to remind you, almost immediately, almost like a knee-jerk reaction, Donald Trump banned bump stocks after Stephen Paddock killed almost 60 people in Las Vegas. And I was excited. I was like, this is going to be the moment that like the pro-Second Amendment people are going to descend on the Capitol and try to, take him down. Crickets. Nothing. Not shit was said. Nothing was said. And in fact, not only was nothing said, the same people that I expected to be just rabid were like, well, it's a component. Nobody needs bump stocks. Okay, fine, whatever. We're all hypocrites. Doc Holliday said it the best. My hypocrisy knows no bounds, right? So fast forward to this most recent, the federal government out in the streets against the states' rights wishes, all in support of Donald Trump's wah wah look at me campaign. Notice how he's going to the states of his political opponents. Tim Walz was the guy running against. Anyways, so federal agent comes up, disarms a man, takes his gun from him, and then shoots and kills him in cold blood. Murders him. He murders him. We all saw the video. I'm not arguing that. And now the same pro-Second Amendment shall not be infringed people are talking about not only that he shouldn't have a gun at a protest, which it wasn't a protest. You were allowed to film ICE agents, and actually you're allowed to film anyone in public. So it wasn't a protest. They like calling it a protest, just like last year they liked calling anything Antifa. All of a sudden there were conditions about the Second Amendment. All of a sudden, shall not be infringed became, well, it's conditional. The same people who were like, it doesn't matter how much ammunition I buy, were like, why was he carrying so much ammo with him? Our liars in Washington, like probably the most prolific liars that have ever taken office are in this administration, in American history, actually used the phrase, he showed up to inflict the maximum amount of damage possible. So what they're doing is terrorist is the key word. So the closer they can get to the word terrorist, the more legal leeway they have. So, if one guy just shoots another guy and they don't like it, they can be like, well, that was terrorism. And then they just get all kinds of weird Patriot Act leeway to do shit. So yeah, I'm shocked. And I'm not shocked by dumb people. I've seen a lot of dumb people. I've been arguing with right wingers since they thought Obama was a Kenyan named Barry Soetoro. And this is shocking. I thought that actually before that it was the Epstein files because they were so rabid about pedophiles. But it turns out they were only rabid about pedophiles that vote Democrat. So they don't have a problem with pedophilia. They just have a problem with Democrats being pedophiles. I'm shocked. I wish I'm not. I'm obviously not a lot of loss for words because I love this stuff. This is what fuels me. The Schadenfreude I feel over how just awful people MAGA it's sunshine inside me. Yeah, they're terrible people. I can't even believe it. And it is my belief that Donald Trump could convince his worshipers to denounce Christ. I mean, metaphorically, or let's say hypothetically, Jesus Christ shows back up, and he would look at Trump and be like, I don't know if this guy's the guy. And Trump supporters would be like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? And Trump would be like, he was only 33. I like guys that make it to 40. And they would be okay with it. So it's not one nation under God, it's one nation under Trump. It's not in God we trust, it's in Trump we trust. They're switching religions. And it's scary. This is the kind of stuff when people talking about Nazi Socialist Party. This is the kind of stuff. These are the nuances and the levels of the complexities. People in Nazi Germany around that time abandoned their principles in support of the nationalism, in support of Germany first, all that stuff. And this is what it's getting to, and it's been just barely a year. So, and they're already abandoning what I once thought were their sacred principles. And think about this, because if they're willing to do that with the Second Amendment, obviously they don't like the First Amendment. Obviously they don't like the Fourth Amendment. But there's a bunch of Trump supporters who watch this. They'll probably have to look what those amendments up are. That's okay. You guys know the government, I'm sure. So yeah, they're bad people. MAGA is full of bad people, and they're not American, and we should definitely treat them as such. We should treat them as foreigners, people who have invaded our country and our hearts and minds, who have infected progress, all in the name of spite, because nothing's working. Nothing's going good. His policies aren't working. This is the second time he's fucked American farmers and had to bail them out. So, I don't know. It is going to get worse out there. And do your best to protect yourself, but stay wary, okay? And also, too, for my left-leaning friends out there, when you vote in the midterms, don't vote just to overthrow Trump. Vote for the strongest candidate you believe in, all right? Don't fucking play politics, because that's how we get assholes like him. Vote for the strongest candidate you believe in, that it'll be most effective. And most effective can cross party lines, can get bipartisan support. Not what this asshole's doing and burning every fucking bridge behind him and expecting us to carry his fat ass across in a raft. So that's it. I'm going to go on with my day. I'm Reverend Repeat Offender. For all of you guys watch my page, thank you very much. For all those who hate it, I mean, you're still giving me engagement, so thank you very much. Also, I'm funnier than you and probably better in bed. So be safe out there. Wear a helmet. Peace.